This is huge for the Lakers as they were able to battle their new rivals, the Memphis Grizzlies, and got a big win due in large part to their big three and much needed contributions from the bench. While the Lakers always make things interesting, they were able to get the job done in Memphis and gain some ground in the tightly packed Western Conference. What's good? I'm Okechi Apakama, and this is the Lakers Digest coming at you with another video. And before we get into that game recap we have for you guys, I just want to remind you guys to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already to get those Laker updates, because we are pushing towards 20,000 subscribers. So each and every one of you guys who subscribe to the channel truly help out, and we appreciate you guys. All right, let's dive straight into that game recap because it was an exciting one for the Lakers as the Lakers were able to get a big win in Memphis. So the Los Angeles Lakers, coming off of a disastrous loss in Chicago, were able to bounce back and get a much needed win against the Memphis Grizzlies, who had the same record as the Los Angeles Lakers. So this had very massive implications for the Western Conference standings. So let's just dive straight into things and see how the Lakers were able to do it, because their big three really came up big for them as Luka Doncic led the way with 29 points, 9 assists, 8 rebounds. Austin Reaves had 31 points, leading the team, 8 assists, 7 rebounds, and a couple of steals. Really came big down the stretch. LeBron James had 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, even though he was a little rusty with the shot. And they had some big contributions from Hachimura, who had 13 points, some clutch 3-pointers. And then off the bench there, Dorian Finney-Smith also had a couple 3-pointers with 11 points. And then Gabe Vincent had a big first half with 15 points. And even Jared Vanderbilt chipped in with the scoring with 6 points, which is pretty big for a guy like Jared Vanderbilt. But just the Los Angeles Lakers, they truly needed this win because, like I said, they were neck and neck with the Memphis Grizzlies, the same record. And the Memphis Grizzlies recently just fired their head coach. So they came up fired up against the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Lakers did start off the game pretty well, due in large part to their shot making and just getting very good shots and really anything they wanted in that first quarter. And then Memphis started to make their punch in that second. Ja Morant really was making waves because he was getting to the basket, really doing what Ja Morant can do. And just take a look at those Memphis Grizzlies stats there, because Morant had 22 points in his return to go along with 10 assists and 8 rebounds. Desmond Bane had a really good third quarter and second half with 29 points. Same with Jared Jackson Jr. as well. He had 24 points, a lot of them coming in the second half as well. And then Zach Edey had 14 points, and Jalen Wells played pretty solid. And then off the bench, Scottie Pippen Jr., who the Lakers fans may remember from the South Bay Lakers from a couple years ago, had 16 points off the bench. So the Memphis Grizzlies really were taking it to the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Lakers were really going back and forth with them. So the Lakers really showed some great resolve in this one, because there were points in the game where the Lakers got up to a big lead. The Lakers were up as much by 20 points there in that first half, but Memphis came charging back, and you kind of knew that was going to happen just because of the way how the Lakers have been playing. They just haven't been able to hold big leads. But then also at the same time, the Memphis Grizzlies are a team that are trying to pass the Lakers in the standings, so this was a very important game to them. So it was good for the Lakers to really fight back on that. Even though they gave up big leads, the Lakers were still able to knock down some clutch shots, get some very, very timely defensive plays, especially in that fourth quarter there, and just do the things they needed to do to get this win, because this now puts them ahead in the standings as they now sit fourth, and then the Grizzlies sit fifth in the standings. And the Lakers, if you really want to avoid that play-in section, as both the Clippers and the Golden State Warriors have been playing extremely good basketball, so that I believe they're only 3 back in the loss column. So the Lakers really were able to get this one, due in large part to that big three, Austin Reaves, Luka Doncic, and LeBron James. And I just really want to just dive in deeper about Austin Reaves here, because he was tremendous in this one. Austin Reaves is a winning player. There is no doubt about it at this point of his career, just because he is really ascending here for the Los Angeles Lakers at the right time, because the playoffs are only 8 games away for the Los Angeles Lakers, and Austin Reaves is really showing his grit and toughness in this one, because he had a bum ankle and he came in actually to the game questionable to play, but he was upgraded to probable during the day, and he looked spectacular. Just going back to those stats for Austin Reaves, just 31 points in this one, 7 rebounds. That's, Austin's really getting after it. 8 assists, really distributing the ball well, and then 10 free throws, 10 for 10 from the line. Austin Reaves has really become knockdown free throw shooter and does a great job of getting to the line as well. And then was 5 of 8 from 3. So he shot the ball extremely well, was able to rebound the ball, gave some assists, and also had a couple of steals and had a block as well. He really had a nice play down the stretch for the Los Angeles Lakers, which was a really key play there where he was switched on to Jaren Jackson Jr. and then he was forced to front the post, but he was able to get a steal, and then Jaren Jackson Jr. fouled him in the process. So Austin Reaves has really been showing, like I said, that toughness to really show up for the Lakers on both sides of the ball. And he was the guy the Lakers were looking to down the stretch there as they were going to him a lot there. He was really making the Grizzlies work for to get stops on him, and they really couldn't stop a guy like Austin Reaves just because he was taking advantage of some of the mismatches that the Grizzlies had out there, because the Grizzlies are a much bigger team than the Los Angeles Lakers, and they were really trying to use their size to really intimidate this Los Angeles Lakers team, and they didn't really play Jackson Hayes too many minutes. I believe he played 17 minutes in that one, so the Lakers were small for a large amount of the game. So the Lakers were playing small and really trying to scrap and claw there. There were some moments where it was good, but there were some moments where it was really bad. So Jackson Hayes did make an appearance in that fourth quarter, and that kind of helped the Lakers offense really get going once again, and also just shored up some of their defense and some of their defensive rebounding, just adding another guy with size and length and athleticism. So the Lakers were able to overcome, even though they were, like I said, much smaller compared to this team, because you got Jaren Jackson Jr., Zach Edey, Salty Aldama, J-Huff, just a lot of guys with size down there in that front court for the Memphis Grizzlies. But Austin Reaves and the Los Angeles Lakers really were able to take it to this team. And this is just a great development for the Los Angeles Lakers. Like I said, after that horrible loss in Chicago, the Lakers truly needed this win, because the standings, it's just ever so tight in the Western Conference, and the Lakers, who still have a viable shot at the 2 seed, really needed to have this game here. So that kind of moves me to my last point here, and this just like a standings update for the Los Angeles Lakers, because they in this one really just, like I said, had to have this one. They are just only a game back of the 3 seed, where the Denver Nuggets currently hold it, and I believe they're 2 back of the Houston Rockets, who they play on Monday. So this is very important for the Lakers to get this win here. Now they go back to Los Angeles, where they're going to play a very red-hot Houston Rockets team who have been playing tremendous basketball. Jalen Green has really been awesome. They've really been using their athleticism to really run teams out of the gym. And this was a good test for the Los Angeles Lakers, because the Memphis Grizzlies are much more athletic than the Los Angeles Lakers, but the Lakers were still able to get stops when they needed it, and they were still able to utilize some of their small ball units to get stops when they had to, because the same thing is going to come up with a team like the Houston Rockets, because they had a big bruising center down there with Alfred Şengün, who really likes to play in the post and play a bruising style of basketball. So that's going to test the Lakers, and the Lakers are going to need to have this game if they want to move up there in the standings. But if their big 3 continues to play tremendous like they did once again, and just I want to pull up a stat which is pretty insane just for the Lakers big 3, as now they're the only team in the NBA with at least 3 guys on their team averaging over 20 points and 5 assists per game. So Luka Doncic is averaging 27.8 and 7.8 assists. LeBron is averaging 24.5 with 8.5 assists. And then now Austin Reaves, after that tremendous game he just had, is now up to 20 points per game and 5.9 assists. Austin Reaves really has elevated himself into that third option, sometimes even second option on some nights. So Austin Reaves vaulting himself into this really now new look big 3 has made the Lakers a much more formidable opponent, and just very tough to guard, as the Memphis Grizzlies at multiple points throughout the game were really struggling, finding ways to guard the Los Angeles Lakers. They really got a lot of open shots. They missed a couple of there, I believe, with Dorian Finney-Smith there in the first half, but a guy like Gabe Vincent played tremendous, was knocking down shots early, and really helped the Lakers overcome on this one. But let us know in the comments down below of how you think the Lakers played in this one, how they fared in this one, and how do you think they're going to fare against the Houston Rockets, because that is going to be their next challenge home at Crypto.com Arena, and hopefully the Lakers can keep the good things going and able to get a win in this one and move up in the standings. But just a reminder, guys, just one more thing for us. There is still 80% of you who have recently watched our video who are not yet subscribed to the channel just yet. And if you guys want more of that Laker news, Laker updates, trade rumors, game recaps, just every and all things Los Angeles Lakers, you guys want to come right here to Lakers Digest so you don't miss out on any of it. And just one more thing for us, John Morant, Desmond Bane, I don't care about the rest of the names. Lakers in 5. I've been Okechi Apakama, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.